Hello everyone. This is a series of video lessons on meditation for beginners to sit in the lotus position like this. In the second part of this series, we will continue to explore the basics of what meditation is and begin the journey of practice. When you want to climb to the top of the mountain, first you must have the right condition along with patience and the daily nurturing of seeds to become a big tree. How to sit in the lotus position well in the breath and calm the soul. If you cannot sit in the full lotus position yet, just choose to sit in the half lotus position. Half is what? Half is like this. Sometimes the left leg like this. Sometimes the right above like this. You can either sit cross-legged like this, or you sit on a chair to lay back, depending on each person's ability. Or you can sit with your left leg in front and your right leg behind without overlapping. You can try different positions as you like, but in reality, the more advanced your ability, the more naturally you will choose the one that suits you best. Trying out different sitting positions is part of how you connect with your body. When you go deeper, just choose one way to sit. Somehow you must feel as comfortable as possible in order to enter your highest level of focus. Take your time and observe step by step. In part 1, I briefly introduce how to sit in the full lotus position. Please see in the attached video in the descriptions below. In part 2, I will introduce mindful breathing. Find a quiet place to focus on your breath. Perhaps everyone knows that breathing is the most loyal companion, not only of humans, but of all beings on earth. Yet, very few people pay attention to breath because they assume it is obvious. But knowing how to breathe well will bring health, clarity, and energies full of vitality. So how should we breathe? Did you know that athletes often have more resilience and endurance than ordinary people? This is because they train regularly. Meditation is a way of uniting the movement of both body and mind into one. Through the breath, meditation can even be more transformative than physically training of athletes. Through the 16 times of breathing, we begin to observe the process of the body and bring them back into necessary balance. With just the first 4 basic breaths, your perception of the body can already change. We focus our attention on the activity of the breath to clearly understand our body. Breathing in long, know that we are breathing in long. Breathing out long, we know that breathing out long. Breathing in short, know that you are breathing in short. Breathing out short, we know that breathing out short. Feeling the whole body, welling with the whole body as you breathe and breath out, breath in and breath out. Calming the body, soothing with whole body as you breath in and breath out. Just the first 4 breaths alone have already transformed the health of mind and many people. But at that time, these 4 basic breaths have also led countless others to breathe incorrectly, damaging both spirit and health. Let me tell you why we often misunderstand and cannot breathe correctly. Most people regard breathing as unimportant and lose patience in practice. Many also forget because daily habits distract their mind to other concerns. Sometimes they pain because of overexertion, sometimes they breathe heavily from anger, or they feel suffocated by sorrow. All of this is due to impermanent conditions, like a strong wave pulls us away, even if we are aware of it. Also, everything gets drawn in the waves of habits, joy, anger, love, and sorrow, leading to wrong breathing and unities of both body and mind. Did you know that meditation can help us overcome these difficulties if we practice diligently, like athletes? Inhale gently, follow the breath as it through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose, and notice your belly softening and sinking. When we're sitting in the lotus position, your mind naturally pays attention to the body, facing the pain and forgetting other pressures. But it is also the very mechanism of the body that makes the breath lighter, reducing the pressures of pain on the body and gradually transforming the breathing habit. Pay close attention to your leg while sitting in the lotus position and observe the breath flowing in and out. Inhale gently. Follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose and notice your belly softening and sinking. When the pain increases, the breath naturally becomes lighter and deeper, automatically adjusting the heartbeat. If you force yourself too much or breathe too quickly, the pain only grows stronger. This automatic adjustment is a reflex of the body, thought we usually don't notice. Simply by sitting in the lotus position, your body will naturally breathe lightly and deeply, helping your heart work better. However, some people are out of habit tend to breathe incorrectly, which make their meditation breathing become even more rapid. But when you pay attention over a long period of time and adjust during Lotus meditation, your heartbeat will become more stable. All the meditation postures are also beneficial when you focus on the breath. Inhale gently, follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Fill your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel breath leaving through your nose and notice the belly softening and kicking. The reason I often include this sentence is because it draws your attention and encourages you to follow along, letting go of old breathing habits. When you practice with me, it is like having a companion reminding you, helping you avoid distractions from other thoughts. For meditation to become increasingly meaningful, you need the right conditions to understand and sometimes a companion, especially when you cannot yet fully master body and mind. I will present here the benefits of meditations in another path through many levels of practice, including sitting in the lotus position and other postures. Among the 4 meditation postures, sitting meditation is the most important because it helps you restore healthy breathing habits. Once you develop good breathing habits while sitting, all the forms of meditation will gradually become easier. Sitting in the lotus position is like an athlete reaching a high level of training. The transformation is more powerful. However, all meditation postures, walking, standing, lying down, or sitting, are useful with the breath if you maintain enough mindfulness. I already shared about sitting in the lotus position in part 1, so you can follow that to practice. To awaken mindfulness through breathing, you need long-term, consistent practice. Changing a habit is extremely difficult without a clear method or a teacher to share guiding. For beginners, understanding the importance of sitting meditation in a lotus position is already challenging enough. But the fact that you came across this video practice along is already a wonderful recognition. So please keep following it. Every day you can start with 5 minutes and gradually increase to 10-30 minutes. Like any game or activity, the initial motivations must be strong enough to carry you forward. And once the practice takes hold, you will gradually fall in love with lotus position and may even sit for up to 8 hours continuously each day if time allows. I already done it. On your choice arise from conditions. If you feel comfortable with that, you practice, follow the progress, whether in the lotus position or another process. All you need to do is sit still, observe your breath in and out, and feel the peace. All you need to do is sit still, observe your breath in and out, and feel the peace and joy. That alone is already a success in your first steps. If you can do this daily, you are already ahead of countless others out there, because they do not know how to understand and hear themselves. When you sit down, the very first step is to put everything aside and focus only on your breath. Inhale gently, follow the breath and its flow through your nose. Fill your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose and notice your belly softening and sinking. Fate will begin you closer and closer to meditation. During meditation, it is natural for many thoughts to arise. Your task is simply to observe the breath without reacting and stay with a flow of inhaling and exhaling. When your mind becomes distracted, you forget to follow the breath. Just return counting from 1 to 10 with each inhale and exhale. For example, inhale and count 1, exhale and count 2. Continue until 10, then go back to 1 to repeat. Discounting and observing help sharpen your focus, preventing your mind from being carried away by random thoughts. If you lose track and count incorrectly, simply return to 1 and begin again. For those sitting in the lotus position, the initial pain is a challenge that brings your attention back to the body. Sometimes the pain makes you restless and struggle against it, but just return to observing the breath. When the pain that once frightened you gradually fades, you will find it easier to stay focused on your breathing. You should know that even recognizing the first 4 breaths is already very important. So let me repeat them once again. Breathing in long, know clearly, I breathe in long. Breathing out long, know clearly, I breathe out long. Breathing in short, know clearly, I breathe in short. Breathing out short, know clearly, I breathe out short. Feeling the whole body, wherein the whole body as you breathe in and out. Calming the body, soothing the whole body as you breathe in and out. Many people read these instructions without truly paying attention to the sensation and awareness behind the word, so they do not reach the depth of practice. At first, I was the same. I looked at these 4 simple lines, wondering how such basic instruction could be called meditation. At that time, I was wrong. The first real challenge is to carefully feel each moment and truly embody each line of the 4 breaths. The next challenge is that even if you understand, you may not be able to practice consistently because the mind tends to wander restlessly. But if you can truly practice the 4 breaths, you will already made significant progress and be ready for the next step. Without enough focus on breath, you will be swept away, losing your concentrations. Then your thought will circle endlessly for hours, days, or even years. Inhale gently, follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose and notice your belly softening and sinking. Although difficult, the very first thing I want to share with you is that focus on the breath. Whether in full lotus meditation or other forms of practice, will anchor the mind. When your body is healthy and your mind becomes steady, you will begin to see many truths. And your attitude and way of living will naturally transform. Just one small habitual action can set your futures and reveal how far you can go. So it is worth changing that habit. This video has become quite long, so it is time to pause here. I will share more with you. The journey in this game of breath will become more and more fascinating if you truly cherish it. This habit also holds the key to unlock every gateway to explore both body and mind. The upcoming session will be increasingly engaging. To stay tuned and continuous practicing with me in this video and the next ones. If you have any additional thought, feel free to leave a comment below. Please click the subscribe button, like, and share with others if you find the videos interesting and helpful.